The mad emperor who married a male slave. The shocking tale of El-Gabal. Introduction. Imagine a 14-year-old boy crowned emperor of Rome, only to plunge the empire into chaos with his scandalous behavior and obsession with a foreign god. This is the story of El-Gabal, a teenage ruler whose reign from 218 to 222 AD was marked by religious fanaticism, gender nonconformity, and a forbidden love that defied Roman norms. His life ended in brutal betrayal, leaving a legacy that continues to spark debate. Join us for a tale of power, passion, and perversion that will keep you hooked until the shocking end. A child emperor's rise. Into 18 AD, the Roman Empire was reeling from the assassination of Emperor Caracalla. Seizing the moment, Julia Maesa, a cunning matriarch, orchestrated a coup to place her 14-year-old grandson, Varius Ovitus Bassianus, on the throne. Known as El-Gabal after the Syrian sun god he served as high priest, he was an unlikely emperor. His mother, Julia Soaemias, and Maesa spread rumors that he was Caracalla's illegitimate son, rallying the 3rd Gallic Legion to support him. By May 16th to 18, El-Gabal was emperor. But his youth and Syrian origins set the stage for a reign unlike any other. How could a teenager rule the world's greatest empire? The answer would shock Rome, the god emperor's obsession. El-Gabal's first act was to impose his god, El-Gabal, on Rome. He built a lavish temple on the Palatine Hill and declared El-Gabal superior to Jupiter, the cornerstone of Roman religion. In a bizarre spectacle, he paraded a black stone, believed to embody El-Gabal, through Rome's streets in a golden chariot. Senators were forced to join ecstatic rituals, dancing and chanting in ways that clashed with Roman dignity. This religious revolution wasn't just devotion, it was a direct challenge to Rome's cultural identity, alienating the elite and sparking whispers of rebellion. What would happen when a boy emperor tried to rewrite Rome's sacred traditions? A forbidden love. El-Gabal's personal life was even more scandalous. He married 4 times, each union pushing boundaries further. His first wife, Julia Cornelia Paula, was quickly divorced for Aquilia Severa, a Vestal virgin, whose sacred vow of chastity made the marriage sacrilegious. He later married Annia Aurelia Faustina, but his most infamous union was with Heracles, a male slave and charioteer. El-Gabal elevated Heracles to senator, dressed him in women's clothing, and called him empress, parading him as his wife. According to Cassius Dio, El-Gabal was bestowed in marriage and was termed wife, mistress, and queen. This defiance of Roman gender norms shocked the empire, but there was more to come. The emperor's true self. Historical accounts suggest El-Gabal may have identified as a woman. The Historia Augusta claims he said, "Call me not Lord, for I am a lady," and offered rewards to doctors who could perform sex change operations. He wore makeup, silk robes, and women's jewelry, and reportedly acted as a female prostitute in Rome's Forum. While some historians argue these stories were exaggerated by hostile sources to discredit him, others see him as a transgender figure ahead of his time. This debate adds a modern twist, keeping viewers engaged as they ponder the truth behind his identity. Could an emperor truly live so openly against convention? A court of decadence. El-Gabal's court was a spectacle of excess. He threw extravagant parties with exotic dishes like camel's heels and peacock brains. One infamous banquet saw guests suffocated under piles of rose petals, while another featured cushions that deflated, leaving diners on the floor. He kept a menagerie of lions, tigers, and elephants, sometimes releasing them to terrify guests. His erratic governance, frequently replacing officials and favoring loyalists, further eroded trust. The Senate and military grew restless, setting the stage for a dramatic fall. How long could Rome tolerate such chaos? A twist comes when the puppet breaks free. Initially, El-Gabal was a pawn of his mother and grandmother, who believed they could control him. But as he grew older, he rebelled, dismissing advisors and surrounding himself with sycophants who indulged his whims. This shift from puppet to wildcard made him unpredictable, threatening not just Rome but his family's plans. His independence added tension as viewers wonder how his defiance would play out. Another twist comes with betrayal from within. By 221 AD, El-Gabal's reign was crumbling. His grandmother, Julia Misa, saw his unpopularity and convinced him to adopt his cousin, Alexander Severus, as heir to stabilize the dynasty. But El-Gabal grew jealous of Alexander's growing favor and plotted to kill him. This misstep turned his allies against him, including the Praetorian Guard, who had once protected him. The betrayal by his own family adds a gripping twist, heightening the drama. The final turn came with a brutal end, and in March 22 AD, at just 18, El-Gabal's reign ended in violence. The Praetorian Guard, fed up with his excesses, stormed the palace. El-Gabal and his mother were beheaded, their bodies dragged through Rome's streets and thrown into the Tiber River. His name was erased through damnatio memoria, a rare act of obliteration. This shocking conclusion underscores the consequences of his actions, leaving viewers stunned by the brutality of his fall. Conclusion: El-Gabal's story is a whirlwind of scandal, rebellion, and tragedy. A teenage emperor who challenged Rome's gods, married a male slave, and lived openly against tradition, he paid the ultimate price for his defiance. His life raises questions about power, identity, and the clash between tradition and innovation. Want to explore more of history's wildest rulers? Like, subscribe, and share your thoughts. What other shocking tales should we uncover?